30k against the Donuts. Let's go, everybody. We got Braxis Holdout as our first map in the best of 5 series. More Heroes of the Storm. The Masters Clash continues. The second part of this season has just started. We had Playday number 8. And now it's time for the rematch over here. Okay, the Donuts against 30k. Always a highlight. We got the number 2 against the number 3 now. And this is... It's a bit weird because every single time that you have a new Playday starting up, of course, as a fan that watches the live stream, as a commentator, you just look at the schedule, right? And you're seeing like, okay, which teams are facing off against against each other this weekend, and you see the Donuts going up against 30k, and you immediately think, okay, that's the highlight. That's it. That's it. All the other ones, there's a couple of good pairings, but if we're honest, this is the one that we're all waiting for, and this is the one where I said, probably the 5 mapper. This is going to be the best. And I gotta admit that this is now the 4th match in this Playday, and therefore the last one. But every single best of 5 that we had this Playday was just fucking insane. I honestly don't know. It was crazy. Chili Mountain against Go Next was way better than I expected it to be. And it was just nuts. And of course, you look at Hardos versus Team Soundless, and it's another one of those highlights where you're like, what the hell is happening here? So all of the games so far have just been a blast. I mean, even Ending for Ruby had a pretty good showing in their series. So kudos, a lot of fun here. And now we're heading into what we initially assumed would be the highlight. But off we go. We got the ban. I mean, you can already tell with the bans and the way they're coming in that there's a lot of targeted bans with some preference picks are being taken out. We have May, for example, eliminated. Lucio's already taken out too. And as you can tell, that's the ban on Deathwing. And the Fruit Fly. That leaves us with quite a few choices. For example, Medivh is up, Uther is up. You want to have mobile heroes on this map that can traverse the lanes. So Medivh is oftentimes a really solid pick here. Rexa as a pick on the top lane is great. Horga is up, Sonya is up. I assume that at least Sonya and Rexa are going to make an appearance here. Then you're thinking about Genji at times, who also can easily move between lanes. And Nuburak is oftentimes picked as a tank because of the same reason. Rutzo's Junkrat has the same ability. And Junkrat is actually a really interesting pick here, because I've been talking about this in the past. But a Junkrat pick on this map allows you to do multiple things. First of all, he has a wave clear that you need. He has also very good poke against the objective if anybody positions themselves there. He also can check all these bushes. He can easily move over terrain, so that allows him to go to the next lane quickly. And he's fantastic against Medivh. So whenever there is a Medivh pick on the other side, you have Junkrat, and all of a sudden you can play around the mines and can really just use displacement to make it harder for an opponent to move in there. And here are the heroes that I already mentioned. Genji for the traversing of the terrain, Sonya for the top lane, going up against Rexa, and Nuburak for the same reason. I mean, pretty much everything that we just called has now been picked, with the exception of Medivh, who we might not see, because with Junkrat, Rexa, and Nuburak, you have a lot of heroes that can really, really ruin Medivh's day. So Stukov gets banned because after Nuburak's stun engage, you don't want him to drop the Lurking Arm. Rexa for the top lane, he's going to have a big impact here, very similar to Dragonshire. Not quite as effective, but the principle is the same. You can use split Misha and Rexa to hold the experience on the lane, but also claim the objective. And that's why someone like Genji will try to move towards the top lane to help out Sonya a little bit and help her. But in comes the last ban. So the last ban for the first map of this Heroes of the Storm series. And we get the Chrome Star banned. Alright. Chromie gets banned quickly. No fake dragon in this one. They banned out the fake dragons and they banned the real dragons. Yeah. Brightwing, fake dragon number 1 has been banned. Gnomi, the fake dragon number 2, and the real dragon Deathwing. I think the only one that's left now is Alexstrasza, technically. Which kind of means that if we could get a dragon team at some point, but yeah. Yeah, no self-respecting dragon would ever take the form of a gnome. That's just not happening. So yeah, like all that lore schmore bullshit there. It's like, no, Chromie is a real dragon. It's like, yeah, mis cojones, definitely not. Ain't happening. No self-respecting dragon would go for that crap. Karazim can also, of course, jump over as long as you give him a dash. Muradin also. I mean, you see a trend here, right? Mobile heroes are key. Everybody that can traverse terrain is great. With the exception of the snowman hater. So, Uther and Maiev. Okay, so the Donuts, everybody. They got the lineup. We're missing one last pick for Dino. But we are going to see fireworks here. I mean, boy, look at that lineup. This is going to be pretty sexy. I like it. Has a lot of aggressive picks. Karazim, Genji, Zagara for the wave clear. Nice. Okay, Braxis, Holdout. Let's go, everybody. Game number 1 in the best of 5. Let's make it happen. We're heading straight into Braxis between 30k and the Donuts. Game number 1 in our best of 5 series at the Masters Clash. It's the Donuts against 30k. 2 of the teams that are in the top 3 right now. They're aiming for the number 1. They want to hold a great position for the playoffs because everybody wants to go to the finals. Everybody wants to attend the offline event in France. Now on the left side we got the Donuts with Rutsu on Junkrat, Ixia on Uther, Skog on Maiev, Copenhagen on Rexa, and Lauba on Nubarak. On the right side of the map, Karazim gets played by X-Ray. We got Dino on Zagara, Dequaza on Sonya, Masquerade on Murden, and Ultralisk is playing Genji. Okay, let's get this show on the road. I'm hyped for this one. This one should be really, really good. And, well, for now at least, we got at the bottom of the map, that's where Zagara is positioning herself. Traditional setup for Sonya at the top side. Everybody is trying to trap, trying to make sure that nobody's flanking in. And Zagara is already attempting to channel her inner Jaedong as she's spreading the creep across the bot lane. And that's also something that the blue team, of course, has to pay some attention to. They need to really make sure that they're going to control the creep spread as the game continues. They have plenty of heroes that have opportunities to find those creep tumors easily. I'm talking about finding things. Ultra is zipping out just before the stun connects with him. So, yeah, there's that. But both of the teams still playing this fairly slow, fairly safe. You are in a position where both of them are just neck and neck in the standings, and every single match point, every single map point that you get is going to matter a lot. So this is one of those super hyped series where everything's on the line. And especially for the Donuts, they want to have the number 1 spot. They were the only team in the first half of the season that was able to take down the Hardos. So yeah, that was pretty incredible, and still they are not in the number 1 spot because they just didn't perform well enough in all the other games that they played. Now instead we have the big team fight. At first nobody was trying to battle, now everybody is already in on it. And there's the stun, and Dequaza is getting quased. Down goes Sonya, kill number 1 secured, and that is the end of that. Yeah, X-Ray at the top on the money pick, getting the XP. Still, with the level 1 talents being the only thing that we have so far, we also get the corpse feeders. Of course, Dino was trying to chip in the extra siege damage. But we are 20% on the progress bar as they're trying to recap it. Lauba is already getting pushed back and needs to burrow charge out of here. Oh, he's in trouble. Top side, similar picture. First one that's gonna fall is Misha. So Rexa is still trying to fight. Good luck with that. Apparently trying to bait in a jump or a dash on X-Ray, and Uther would have responded quickly. Ixia is, of course, a freaking beast. And the red team has started to take both of those beacons, so now they're doing well, and they're forcing a rotation of the Donuts to the top side to fight the top beacon control pretty aggressively with their entire lineup. At the bottom of the map, we're still looking at, yeah, Dino. Okay, that's a problem, and that's a dead Zagara. Rutsu with a play, nicely done. Top side, hello. Clutch. Yeah, that could have been a problem too. Alrighty, nicely done. But again, by now we got still the next play for the beacon, 46% against 20. And of course, this is not one of those winner-takes-all scenarios. No, no, no. Every single percentage point that you gain for yourself is going to help you in the long run here. Level 4 talents are in, the Bed of Barbs, and we get the Hunter-Gatherer as the top side is getting attacked again. Misha just chilling on the point, everybody else chilling in the bush here. It's Trap City. Everybody is setting traps up now. The only lane where you can't really do that because of all the creep spread that we have is, of course, the bot lane with the Zagara. But as long as Rutsu is just balling it with those mines, they don't even need to. Camps are taken. The teams are still a bit hesitant to go for any big plays. Rutsu now has to deal with the Hydras as well. And, yep, unfortunately for him, he doesn't have a Side Storm. No A move in this game. But now that we got the 2 kills to 0, top side is getting attacked again. It's pretty much just Braxis for you, right? It's always the move between the lanes, top side, bot side. You're always trying to rotate towards the beacon in an attempt to gain control, especially if your opponent is able to solidify control over both. You need to, at least in some lane, get the numeric advantage, or you're just going to have a problem there. So right now, there's the aggression as they're already making a play for it. And at the bottom of the map, well, there's our setup, and there's that. So off we go. Same time now, we got Dino holding on to the point, but up at the top, the blue team has now established their own position. 6 stacks towards the baseline quest for Masquerade, as he's slowly starting to get that in. And we got 22 for the Shuriken quest for Genji. So, there we go. Quick jump, Stormbolt, and goodbye, ladies. Bam, Junkrat is dead, finally taken out too. There was a nice one. Masquerade with a perfect connect. Exactly what he needed here. They lock in the level 7 talent, as do the Donuts. And at the bottom of the map, yeah, with the camp, they can easily push back against this. Good creep spread too. I mean, again, you kind of want to control the vents a little bit more as well. But of course, that's the first point that the Donuts are going to attack in an attempt to ensure that the creep tumors are all being taken down. Top side still getting attacked here. They're focusing on structures now. In a lot of cases, you won't be able to get the objective if your opponent is doing their job well until you are getting a few kills in. So now we're still sitting at 46 to 20%. And you can tell how everybody is checking bushes. If you take anything from this game so far, then really just look how all of those players are double checking before they're entering a bush, before they're entering one of those steam vents, to make sure that there's no trap set up. With how many times they've now been attempting to do the exact same thing here, just having 2 or 3 heroes in one of those small corners to try and lock someone down, you can tell that they are fully aware that they need to be extremely diligent, or they're likely to lose a hero on a simple rotation. So as the game continues, I think we might see a few cases where they're not really doing their job and might lose someone, but at least for now, they are making sure that there's not too many problems happening here on that end at least. Masquerade getting attacked at the front. They're fighting for the bot lane now. Sonya holds onto the top side, and that gives even more of an advantage now to 30k. They're starting off well here, and another Stormbolt connects to Lauber. Dives in, and he dies. Lauber is down. X-Ray on the run. And he gets murdered. Jumps literally into the grenade here. But we got 92% on the progress bar for 30k. Even if they lose it now, they got the 92%. But of course, if they can lock the objective in at 100% to 20, then that's a serious push that they can execute. We're on level 9.5. The 7 talents are in. We're waiting for the heroic abilities. And at the bottom of the map, it's again that little duo between Zagara and Genji. Ultralisk and Dino. They're establishing the position here. Level 10 is nearly ready. Sonya has 16,000 damage. Of course, boosting it a bit against Misha. Zagara on nearly 9,000, and that's roughly the same amount of damage that Junkrat has been able to contribute so far. Yeah, and here we have it, 94%. They're going for the next camp, top side. That was where blue team finally went in and reclaimed the position. We got the Divine Storm in. No Divine Shield on this one. No, it's Storm time, baby. And down at the bottom of the map, Lauber with the engage. 7-sided strike against him as the Cocoon has hit Zagara, and they're going for the play. The Divine Storm is in, but Genji is protected, and they're trying to kill on Maiev. Oh, boom! Let's go, baby. Oh, yeah. Junkrat with the rocket ride. Coming in with a kill, exposing the fact that Zagara is a little bit slow on her feet here and getting the easy connect. They take down an Uberak, they take down Uther. So despite the Zagara kill, it's still 30k that walks away with the lead in kills. And now the rotation towards the top where they're going to try and take the next beacon. Nice setup. The Donuts against 30k. Now we got the action starting up. Misha is trying for a stun. They threaten Copenhagen, and they really want him. They're chasing him hard. But I guess at this point, they really should fall back. Yeah, X-Ray, 7-sided to save himself, and he still goes down. Not like this, baby. Not like this. It's a bot lane that gets pressured the most, though. Big push coming in. 5 kills against 5, but just look at that Zerg wave. That's a huge one. They defend at the top, but the bottom 4 just doesn't stand a chance. Everybody is just pinging, but this one is eliminated quickly. Yeah, that fort doesn't stand a chance. And at the top, the Zerg wave, if you can call it, that has already been taken down. So yeah, bot side, they lose the fort before they can do anything else. But yeah, so much for that. Here's a quick look, by the way, as the last Karazim action. So look at X-Ray here. He's trying to jump out. All of a sudden, Maiev comes in. He's just like, team! Goes for the 7-sided and then gets murdered afterwards anyways. They got a bit too greedy. They really wanted to go for Rexa. And it just couldn't. Rotation was there. So, tons of damage done by 30k. They eliminated the bottom fort. So, great job by them. And up at the top, they nearly took down the second fort. They eliminated the fountain, so that helps on the lane. Good sustain for them. But now they might even jump in again. He's going to look for that Stormbolt. Yeah, and he is zoning it out a little bit. There's the 7-sided, a little bit of body blocking. Do they go too deep once more? They might. There's Zagara with the Maw, and they look for the kill. Oh, the stun, Divine Storm, and Quasar gets Quasar again. He's down. Ultralisk zips out. Yeah, that was close. But they get away. Still, Sonya is down. She's eliminated. So they just try over and over again to take down Rexa, and they just can't. Rexa is unkillable, apparently. Honestly, he should have gone for his level 4. Yeah, he should have definitely gone for that. The Animal Husbandry, with the way that he keeps surviving every single gank that is set up against him, that would have been a great challenge choice for him. But Undergatherer is, of course, also going to be worth it. Here comes the healing static on level 13 as Muradin goes old school. Once again, rocket right, baby! And there it is, protected! The hit, Maiev is still down. But we're going to see Junkrat come back in just another moment. Ultralisk is still unwilling to retreat here. He thinks he can get another kill set up, and he is helping the team out. Lauba is dead. Nicely done. A great kill there towards the end of the fight. And of course, that might just give them another opportunity to lock in the 2 beacons, or maybe even go for the boss. Yeah, they're going to make a play for the boss. And this is how it all happened, with Lauba dying. Lauba falling was absolutely crucial. They stunned him out, dropped him at the bottom of the map. In the meantime, the boss is taken, and that allows for an additional push, and of course, the opportunity to maybe even steal another camp away, or just go for the beacon. And there's another tether. Storm, and Masquerade! Oh, ho, ho, ho! He gets out! Oh, that was clutch. Yeah, they dropped a lot on him. Stuns, Divine Storm, and they still couldn't get the kill. And the boss is left alone. The boss is left alone at the top side. Guys, this is going to do work. The blue team just went down to the bottom of the map to take the beacon. And they really need to send a few heroes back to deal with this. Because that's the problem. And at least at the top side, they want to reclaim the next beacon. The Quasar is very much so alone because the camp got taken. But now X-Ray and Dino can make their way over and retake control. So they should get the lead on this one. But holy hell. That's getting a bit nasty here for the Donuts. They are having some trouble. Level 13 talents for both teams. Still the fight, 22% right now. 7-sided, can he dash out? Nah, he gets booped away by Junkrat. Once, oh, X-Ray with a big boy escape. Nice. What is happening today? This is some sick city action that we're seeing. Check this escape out. Beautiful. I mean, he goes for the 7-sided strike after he gets isolated. Junkrat boops him out, and then he just zips over the wall. Mobility on Braxis is just key. It's such an important thing to have in your team composition, and it's being showcased there again. The mine was fantastic from Junkrat. Honestly, the timing couldn't have been any better. Of course, the idea was to save Karazim by giving him a dash target, but Rutsu annihilated that thought process right away with his mine, isolated him, and then he still got away. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. So, big plays here. Oh, big storm! And they go for the kill. It's Maiev that falls, even with the storm from Uther. They couldn't save her. The Maw in the back line. Uther is down. They're getting farmed. They're getting absolutely farmed. Ultralisk gets the kill. Here's the body block. They want the Stormbolt. And finally, they get the kill against Copenhagen. That's nearly a 5-man wipe, everybody. And down at the bottom, is Lauba gonna get away? He's getting the kill, baby. No! No! Not like this. Oh, the end of Lauba, the 5-man wipe, the double beacon, the Zerg wave is going to be brutal. And they're going for the keep already. And that Zerg wave is now going to head straight up for the core. Unbelievable. Some of the plays in this first map, incredible. 12 kills to 6. What a series again. Seriously, it's nuts. It's just nuts. They're going for core now. They're trying. And of course, the red team is already in position for it. They got the level 16 talents. And here comes the big bulk of the Zerg wave. Oh yeah, that's the Swarm baby right there. The Zerg Queen leading the charge. Dino is ready for it. 32,000 damage by Genji. We got Zagara with 24. And there's just nearly no hope for the Donuts to save this one. This is just crazy. There's a wave clear with a rocket ride, but it's just not going to be enough. The core is falling, and it's falling quickly. What a setup. Well played. 2 down, 3 down, but the core falls too. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the lead for 30k in their series against the Donuts.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Okay, well, we got 30k in the lead, and it's a little bit of a weird one because 30k in the first half of the season, when they played against the Donuts, they won against the Donuts with a 3-0. And it was one of those matches where you just looked at it and was like, what the hell just happened? How were they able to take the Donuts down without even losing a single map? And remember, afterwards, the Donuts continued their season by taking down the Hardos, which were, up to that point, the undisputed #1. Up to the point where the Hardos faced off against the Donuts, the Hardos hadn't lost a single map, and then they lost even this series. So it was pretty incredible. And if the trend continues, then we might look at something where it proves to be the case that the kryptonite of the Donuts is 30k. That's definitely a thing. Or possibly. But of course we're jumping ahead of ourselves a little bit. We are heading into Volskaya Foundry as our second map, and Uther has now been banned, so is Maiev and Chromie. The Chromes are of course even more powerful on this one. But I am quite a bit interested to see what 30k can pull off here, because after a pretty even early game, I feel on Braxis, they started to take a very solid lead and they just had some clutch plays, like the entire time. So it was pretty impressive, and I want to see if they can do that again, because towards the end they made it look easy. I mean, it wasn't really, but they made it look a lot easier than it was. So I really want to find out if 30k is the total kryptonite of the Donuts, or if the Donuts are going to find their stride now. They got May played by Lauber, and that's also a bit of a Lauber oldie but goldie, especially on his games that he's playing on Infernal Shrines a lot. He's kind of crushing on that one. The control that he has is incredible. So for now, we got the double pick coming in for the red team. And what do they open up with? Sonya. Hogger, by the way, hasn't been picked yet. Again, still plenty of time. We have probably Infernal Shrines coming up later, so that's a great Hogger map. We could even see, I think, Dragonshire. Honestly, I don't really know what was banned. Alterac and Sky Temple were banned, exactly. So Alterac and Sky Temple are not going to be played here. So Dragonshire is definitely still an option for later games. Or, for example, Cursed Hollow could be played. But Cassia for the stacks. And I have to remind everybody, I know, but I'm a little bit of a sucker for all those stacking quests. Dino currently holds the record for stacking on Volskaya Foundry in a competitive match where he had 160 stacks at the end of the game on his Lightning Fury. So if he can break his own record today, that would be kind of bonkers. We got Zarya taken, so that's already a strong 4-man right here. And on top of that, it's Stukov as the support. So a lot of control here still with May and all the slows that it brings to the table, and then Stukov with the lurking arm. Vala gets banned. Once you see Zarya, you know that's going to be some kind of hyper carry setup. And Vala is one of the heroes that has been played in that position over and over and over again. So it's her that they're getting away of. But yeah, what's the last ban here? What are the Donuts getting rid of? Because they need to set something up for Zarya to support, or they're gonna have trouble here. Ana, don't want to go up against the Sleep Dart. Yeah. I mean, for me personally, it's a bit of a question what Ultralisk is gonna play. Ultralisk is always the X factor, so he's the one that he's the one that's always lagging. Lately, it didn't. I don't know if they finally solved the problem. They've been talking a lot about what they need to do and what kind of information he needs to provide to his internet provider to make sure that they are fixing the issue, because it was apparently on their end. But yeah, lately he has been a little bit more stable on the connection, so hopefully that's going to be... That's the trend. Masquerader and Nubarak, okay, they got King can follow up on that. Fair enough. If they're going to go full-on aggressive, they can play Leap on Sonya. We've seen a couple of those now too. And what are we getting? On the left side. For now, come on boys. Bring it! What's the damage dealer? That's the question here. Are we going to see just simply Jimmy, or is it something a little bit more exciting? Ah, we need the side laner. Another one. Leo and Jimmy. Alright, alright, alright. Fair enough. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Er ist guter Junge. Ultralisk. Some follow-up on the stuns. I love every time when they're going into the triple melee setup and they're dropping a Carrigan in the mix, for example, here too. That adds additional CC, but I don't really think that's necessarily the play to make here, especially with Mei and Zarya and everybody else bringing in. But, well, let's have a look-see. Ultralisk with Thrall, the War Chief. Okay, everybody. Volskaya Foundry, map number 2 in the best of 5 Heroes of the Storm series here at the Masters Clash. So let's jump in and check it out. Let's see which team takes it. Are we going to see the 2-0 lead for 30k, or are the Donuts bringing it back early and show that they can win maps against 30k? Well, we're going to find out right now on Volskaya Foundry. Game number 2, the Donuts against 30k. 30k is in the lead, and we're heading into Volskaya Foundry. Zarya gets played here. Yeah, we're getting our hero on the Russian map, so a little bit of an added advantage. She would only be bigger if she played on the red team side, but no, not today. We got Skok on Reyna, Kopenhagen on Leoric, Lauber playing Mei, and Ixia on Stukov. And on the right side of the map, 30k with X-Ray on Deckard Cain, Masquerade on Nubarak. We got Dino on Cassia, Dequaza on Sonya, and Thrall is playing Ultralisk. So, let's go. Well, with all of that, we got already top side. Thrall, he's actually coming back. Maybe even thinking about contributing to the fight here a little bit. But not so much. Over here, yeah, a little brawl in the middle. Level 1, by the way. Look at that. We got the fetid touch for Stukov. Okay. Don't see that alter that often. And down at the bottom of the map already, Dequaza positioning himself all the way up at the top side. That's where we've got Ultralisk coming in. And yeah, nothing too insane yet. Of course, at the 1 minute mark, you want to start looking towards your camp and get those turrets, or maybe even the healing beacon. But usually in the early game on Volskaya Foundry, it's just a very item-focused play. The first fight normally breaks out over the support camp unless one of the teams just decides that they don't want to go up in a 4-man. And with Zarya on the side of the blue team, there's a chance they're simply going to let that slide. So there's that. But yeah, Rutsu and Skok, they're already going for the camp. We see Thrall doing the same thing on the right side of the map, and everybody else is just keeping an eye on the healing beacon, thinking about what's going to happen if a team attacks there. So, as it stands, we have the heat transfer also on level 1 for Mei, and keep an eye on Mei. Lauber is quite solid on that, and if you have a good Mei on your team, especially with follow-up with additional slows, you can murder, absolutely murder. And we've seen so many examples of that already. Yeah, but here's the commitment, and as already a bit expected, they're actually letting this one slide for a very simple reason. If you're going up against the Zarya combo in the early game, it's a bit nasty. But I like the reaction. 30k, they already decided at the onset that they would let the healing beacon slide, but they went in on an all-out attack at the bot lane to try and drop the gate here, and it did a fair amount of damage, dropping the tower and dropping the gate down to 50%. So that was a fairly decent trade considering. Also, a bit of an aggressive stance from Nubarak as he goes straight into the Underking. We don't see the engage build all that often these days. And look how much the slows have already screwed with Dequaza. Dequaza is down to nearly no HP, and that penetrating round could have been a serious problem if it connected. By the way, we got the Gimme 20 on Zarya, so for now, not going into the speed barrier. Instead, just dropping that and working on the stacks. And talking about stacks, we got the Frostwolf pack for Ultralisk. So he's going to try and get his level 4 done for synergy with level 16 potentially. Deckard Cain, nice, good work. Helping Dino out. And so far we don't see a single kill yet, but there is definitely some aggression. And especially the Donuts with the Zarya setup and their 5-man and 4-man are trying to do what they can here. Copenhagen is just riding around down to the bottom of the map. Der Schimmelreiter. And, well, for now, it's camp time. First objective is up. It's party time. All right. It's time for the first protector. Oh, and it's time for Lauber to be attacked. He's not the only one. They're going for the backline too. Stukov is eating some damage as Stequaza comes in with the slam and connects some of the damage. Keep in mind that there's an item advantage at this point for the Donuts. And both of the teams are still hoping for an early level 7, but at least the initial progress goes to 30k. Good for them. Yeah, here is the level 7 talent, just a bit faster for the Donuts. And while it's not really going to help them too much in the team fight, because we're going to see the level 7 kick in for 30k as well, the big problem is that the red team has been forced off the checkpoint for just a moment, and the blue team took over on the controls. So nice. So for now, there's the 2 stacks already for the Frostwolf pack, and just as I say it, he misses one and loses out on the rest. Was trying to get it done at the top. Yeah, Beetles are still being continued. We also have, of course, for Thrall, the Ancestral Wrath, the standard talent on level 7. At the top, they're trying to lock another bit of damage in against Lauber, who quickly pops his trade to survive through all of it. And Rutzo is just popping one barrier after another. And they're pushing them off. There's a lot of sustain for the blue team, as you can tell. Red team is still a bit hesitant on how to deal with all of this. And of course, the longer these fights last, the better for them too, because it allows Cassia to stack. She's currently all alone up at the top. Nobody is there with her, so just one more wave that gets pushed out before Dino is joining the fun in the middle. And that is exactly where he should be now, because it's going to help him to get some additional stacks in during the fight. Overtime has been reached. Bottom of the map, that's where the fight continues. Zarya is getting attacked as well in the middle, but they're retaking the position. And down here, the kill attempt against Ultralis didn't quite work out for the blue team. So now they have to refocus their efforts onto the middle of the map in an attempt to finally get that protector solidified. But the longer this fight lasts, the better for Dino. As long as he doesn't die, if he can just chip... Oh my god! That was a beautiful setup for Masquerade, but Dino went in just too deep, and that's the end of Cassia. 32 stacks for her. The turrets have been committed to. They're trying to get a counter kill and push them back, but this isn't looking good for 30k. This is instead looking very, very good for the Donuts, especially now that they locked in a second kill. It's a protector for the blue team and a double kill. Nice! Cassia, for a second, it looked like she would get enormous amount of damage out with the Fend, especially as Anubarak stunned 3 of them, but yeah, didn't happen. So now there's momentum, and a lot of it for the Donuts. Look at the experience lead that they're holding now. They got level 10, they have heroic abilities, they can set the ice wall up. Yeah, we've been worried a bit that they might not be able to win anything against 30k, that the red team turned out to be their kryptonite. But it seems like we didn't have to worry about that at all, because with objective number 1, they're already taking an impressive lead, especially since they are playing with a level 10 ability. Finally, we have the red team also in possession of their heroic abilities. Still a bit of damage done in the middle of the map. They didn't transition towards the top and try to take the fountain down there where the next objective is going to spawn, but the damage alone at the bottom of the map is already incredible. It's going to help them on the third objective no matter what, because they eliminated the fountain and they nearly took the fort down too. So that's a lot of pressure through the bot lane that they already established here. And the minion wave is doing even more. Jimmy gets caught though. 1 stun, 2 stun. Yeah, gets slammed around a bit. And Stukov gets cocooned, so he can't supply any heals. But I'm not sure if Sonya is going to get... Well, Sonya didn't get the kill. Thrall came in, and that old kill stealer came in with a quick last hit. Reports incoming, by the way. But, yep, there we go. 2 kills to 1. Well done. Yeah, nicely done. Good job. A lot of control, of course, during all of these fights, too. And yeah, being at 43 stacks for Cassia, who's now at 21,000 damage. Easy top damage in the game. But that doesn't help you really all that much if you're not able to get the kills in. So of course, not really a big problem yet, but it definitely helped the Donuts a lot. There's a lot of structural damage. Top side, at least, is fairly even. In the long run, that should help them for an even battle on the next objective. And now that we're looking for more item control, the Donuts are trying to go for another healing beacon. That has been sniffed out, though. And there's the quick entomb against X-Ray. And X-Ray is about to get murdered. Nice. Quick kill, snappy play. They see an opportunity and they lock in the entomb right then and there. Copenhagen making it happen. It's an easy kill against Deckard Kane. Yeah, just check it out. Reaction there, so they make it happen. X-Ray just checks it out, and then BAM! The Entomb right to the face, and that's of course an easy peasy kill. And with the support gone, there's just no chance. All that X-Ray wanted to do is double check what's happening, if they're going for that, if they're going for the item, and then he just dies. And now we have the level 13 talents, which allows for even more control on the side of the Donuts, thanks to the virulent reaction. Half a level is missing for 30k to get that too. They have to defend the fountain here. It's all about the sustain during the objective. But also, Zarya is nearly done with her level 4. One more stack and then she gets the quest reward. Bot lane one-on-one is still continuing between Sonya and Leo. But at least for now, we got the Ancient Blessing. Okay, Thrall completed his level 4 his level 4 quest already a while ago, so now he has the opportunity to go into his Alpha Wolf later if he really wants to. Trolling Thunder on level 1. Can of course set this up as well. And bot side play for Copenhagen was a bit far out, but he already committed to the Ominous Wraith on level 13, so that helps him to easily get away here. Objective announced up at the top, the fight on level 13 talents. They're trying to go for the Cockroach, but an Uberak dives out. The wall in the back. Thrall already coming in with the Earthquake, and they go for Jimmy, and they cannot get him. He's still alive, and Dainu dies. He went deep for that kill, and then he doesn't even get it. Instead, it's a double kill. Mei, with all the control in the world, is able to allow for the double kill. I mean, these fights, check this out. Jimmy, how does he not die there? The heals are just too much. His passive kicked in as well. And now they took the bottom fort down. And it's just nuts. 5 kills to 1. And there's definitely a big level of frustration now for 30k. If they can lock in the kill against Reyna, it is a completely different ball game there. So it's just nuts. The heals that came through from Stukov were just way too much. Yeah, talking about Stukov. They try to nap him here. A bit of a kidnap attempt with the Valkyrie. But yeah, not quite. Was close though. Ixer got stuck at the wall, or he would have been in real trouble. There's the level 16, and that gives them an even bigger lead on the objective at the top. The cleansing shield is in, the pain them red has now been taken, and they're of course already starting to get some extra energy for Rutsu by himself moving into the fort to eat the damage. Yeah, and who's gonna contest this now? Who's gonna go for the top objective? That's an easy protect, that's a freebie. Nobody's gonna move in against it. I mean, you can't. And once Leo is going to go for another Entomb, the old man comes in with a sleeper setup. Yeah, they're trying to go for Dino, and Dino goes down. They don't have level 16 talents. The blue team forces the fight right underneath the fort. They don't care. They are here to drop it, and they're just capitalizing on the lead in experience, on the extra talent that they have, and they're murdering. They're absolutely murdering. Cassia dying again. I think this is the 3rd time already. They're going for Ultralist. Look how far they're chasing. I mean, no fucks given. These guys are just moving in and trying to drop everything in their sight. 2 of the forts are down. They didn't even go for the objective here. They're just completely ignoring it. They're still they can still pick it up later. Now, to be fair, at the bottom of the map, the fort got destroyed too, so there's at least that. But it's still a problem. And more items are being taken now also by the blue team, which means that they have a huge item advantage over 30k. But once the level 16 talent is available for the red team, they at least technically have a chance to come back here. As mentioned, the synergy with the level 16 talent and the level 4 talent on Thrall's side has now been achieved. So now he gets the Alpha Wolf and can capitalize a bit on the cooldown reduction. But, whew, this game is getting spicy. I mean, real spicy. Because we are seeing, I don't want to say the opposite of the first map, but we're definitely seeing the Donuts step it up a little bit here. 34,000, still Cassia top damage, but she died 3 times. Dying way too much right now. A little bit too far out. Then again, you can't really blame Dino too much. Trying to go for the kill against Jimmy, it looked like it's an easy one. The funny thing to me is that the Donuts are always just trying to push for structures and trying to steal items away. They're not rushing anything on the objective. They're just saying, like, yeah, we don't care. We can push some structures down, we can steal some items away, get even more turrets, and then at the end, we can still force the 5 versus 5. And they are being chased here. The flank attempt of 30k, but they're going for the camp. And here's the 5 versus 5 that we're going to see. Leo is already moving in. They can't control the space well enough. A few more hits from Dino as he's hoping for additional stacks. He's sitting at 59. Atlauba is hoping for the setup here. Slowing them down already. Thrall with the Earthquake. The wall hits 2. 2 get hit by the wall. Isolation attempt from Zarya. And they're turning it against Anubarak. Anub is in trouble, and so is Sonya. Sonya's the first one to fall, but Anubarak dies too. Both of them are down. 8 kills to 1. 2 levels ahead. The Donuts, ladies and gentlemen. They are crushing. Yeah, they're going for it. They're going for the big plays now. They are showcasing that they are not afraid of 30k at all. They lost at the first time they played against each other in the season without tanking a single map. Then they lost the first map here today, but now the blue team is stepping it up a big time. They're going for the big boy Donuts without the hole as they're moving straight up to the top lane. Still not going for the Protector. One of the things they just don't care about. The Entomb upgrade is ready as they're going for the Buried Alive. Shatter has also been locked in. The Controlled Chaos is in, plus Execute. And they go for a keep. Who needs a Protector? Nobody. I don't even know who they would put into the Protector. Maybe Leo, but he needs to be the one that has to come in and drop the Buried Alive. So yeah, no Protector for them. Instead, they're trying to lock down Dino. They go for the camps. I mean, Dino is still attempting to stack. Maybe at some point, if you can scale into the late game a little bit further, they have a chance here. But it's a big problem that the gap in experience is so huge because it's going to take ages for 30k to get to 20. They are fighting before they have level 20 because they're saying, this is YOLO anyways. Let's go straight up for it. Quasar gets isolated a little bit by Zarya again. They're trying for the play. It's talking about Zarya. She gets cocooned too. But they're finally getting the kill against Jimmy. Jimmy is down. Is that the moment where they can stack up a few more kills and make a comeback? They go for Ixir. And he gets out. The Buried Alive is dropped. And the blue team is slowly moving out of harm's way. They're trying to go for Rutsu, but Zarya survives. Once again, the attempt of the setup, the old man attempting to go for his ult 2 gets interrupted. 88 stacks now for Cassia, and they're trying to push the advantage. In the meantime, the core is getting attacked, but it's not going to take too much damage, at least not anytime soon. X-Ray, on the other hand, he can't say the same. Mace to the face as Leo comes in with a big swing and hits it out of the park. Masquerade is trying to get away here, but talking about hitting it, Ixia is slapping it. Comes in with the big boy slaps. Leo is down, another kill. Dino's in trouble. Gets chased by Mei, and Dino... Oh! Yeah, he's still alive. He's still alive, and Lauba is dead. 102 stacks now for Dino. The core is losing hit points on the red team side. Cassia is the one to deal with it as the catapults are chunking it down, but another fort falls, and honestly, hashtag worth it. They sacrificed 21 points on the core, but they got multiple kills, and then that closed the gap in experience. They capitalized on the fact that they had a numeric advantage for some time, and they also helped Cassia to stack a little bit more. I might have spoken too soon. When I said that it looks like the Donuts are able to win a map against 30k, I might have spoken too soon. Are the Donuts still in the lead? Of course they are. Can they lose this one? Hell yeah. Now they can. 20 versus 20, and Dino's starting to stack even more. Oh, of course, now we're talking. This is going to be a real game at this point. The Donuts, they dominated this one. Up to now. But look at Cassia's damage. I've been talking earlier about, at the end of the day, how the damage doesn't really matter too much and it's more the kills that count. That's definitely still true. But if you're pretty much doubling your opponent's damage, whew, baby, you're in for a treat. So, here we go. They try to go for the Protector this time, all the way up at the top. 20 versus 20. And that gives us, of course, huge upgrades. I mean, guys, Earthen Shields, hello. Rewind. Oh, the Buried Alive is missing as well. Ah, that hurts. That really, really hurts. The Cleansing Shield helping Zarya to get away. They're channeling up at the top a little bit. 87% against 6. And, of course, Dino, he needs to be on the safe side now. Yeah, he needs to really, really stay on the safe side. He's the main damage dealer for them. With a huge margin. And if he stacks more, damn, that late game could be a disaster for the Donuts. He might break his own record after all. Again, I think it's at 160 if I'm not mistaken. Dino already on the way far forward. trying to get a few more Lightning Furies connected. They take the camp too. Bot lane is pressured by a catapult, by the way, and a second one coming in, so there's a chance that 30k gets some structural damage against the wall. If everything works out nicely for them. Yeah, now they're poking it out at the top. They want that protector. And he might get it. They're 90%. We're gonna see that fight happen. The poke is there. Dino needs to be very careful that he doesn't go too deep. And the same is true for Thrall. And he dies. No earthen shields for him. They need a counter kill. But Stukov with a slap. Oh, beautiful kill by the Donuts. Another great entomb by Copenhagen. And the counter kill is just not happening. It's not happening. Dino dies instead. 120 stacks for him, but with 2 heroes down, the protector can be taken, and there's a third one to fall, so they're going to make the play for the core here. Beautiful play. Copenhagen, yes, he missed 1 and 2, but when it really mattered, he was there and did his job. If Thrall gets the Earthen Shields through in that fight, it's a completely different story. But now, with the Zarya setup played by Rutsu, we see the play for core. There's a reason why we see so many games where Zarya gets banned against Rutsu. He is just great on this one. Fantastic play. The Donuts bringing it back on Volskaya. Foundry. Easy victory for Zarya. No problem. Never doubting the outcome. No, Zarya on Volskaya is easy win. Little bit of vodka. Super easy. Give me red team and he's even better. Easy win, nicely done. The Donuts with a win on Volskaya Foundry against 30k. Game number 3, the Donuts against 30k. Yeah, we have it ready. The 1-1. Finally, we got a point on the board for the Donuts, for Lauber and his team. So let's go and see who takes the lead in this series. And it seems that this time it's going to be more of what we expected. And of course, you got that Zarya ban. Rutsu is awesome on Zarya. This is another map where he can just play that hero easy peasy. And therefore the respect ban comes out after the performance on the last map. We have also Sonya banned immediately on Battlefield of Eternity, of course, against the Immortal. She's also chunking down pretty nicely, so that's good for him. Still a map where you see a lot of Hanzo being played. Vala with an arrow build can be played here. Jimmy with Exterminator. Li Ming for good combos. There's a lot here. A lot of team fighting happening, of course, on that map. And, well, we get the Lucio ban. So you can also play this out with Chromie and poke from a distance. She's oftentimes getting eliminated as well. Uther is still up as a potential ban. Or pick. So how exactly do the Donuts react right now? Well, first of all, they seem to be a little bit hesitant. Not really committing to anything just yet, so I don't really think they expected that pattern. And they go for Chromie! Yeah, they ban her out. That leaves Uther up. Uther up, Medivh up, Jimmy can be picked early on. Get a couple of good picks that they could technically take here. The problem is always when there's so many good heroes to take at the beginning, then you know that your opponent is walking away with a few of them as well. But they are going for Uther. The light abandoned snowman. I don't know why he hates winter, but that's just what it is. Yeah, anyways. Mei and Cassia. Okay, let's go. Yeah, Lauber, he's pretty successful in Mei. Oh, he had a couple of series where he played Mei so well that teams started to ban it out against him too. So, yeah, definitely proves his point here. Yeah, Cassia together with that for the stacking. So Dino is not going to be able to play Cassia. He had a couple of series where he just picked Cassia every single time he could, and at some point the other team got so annoyed that they just simply picked it themselves. Wasn't really ban-worthy for them, but there's the Vala pick. So together with Stukov, they go for that. I want to remind everyone that this is the map where the Donuts actually played multiple times with a triple support. Now, we're not going to see that since they already committed to Mei plus Cassia. When they play that triple support, they traditionally don't take a main tank, but instead take something like Maiev at the front line. So that's something that can also deal a lot of damage and executes control. But technically, it's still possible that 30k is pulling this off. Now, the strategy with the triple support in Battlefield of Eternity is not undefeated any longer. They actually lost one time they played it, but it's still quite powerful. And of course, it's specifically for Battlefield of Eternity because you don't need as much wave clear here. But now with Uther as a main tank, with Stukov being picked, you still have that double support hyper carry Vala. Even Hogger gets banned. And Vala will chunk the Immortal down with the arrow build quite nicely. But it's kind of cool to see that the Donuts adjust here. They're not just one-tricking that one strategy that they have. And I suppose that the other strategy that they played a lot were these sniper compositions with the Nubarak as their main tank for the engage. But lately, at least, Lauba has been fancying Mei a little bit more. Okay, we got Rexa, and we have Ixia on Ana, which is always dangerous. Banana is still the main Ana player. You always want to ban Ana's Banana. Banana's Ana. But Ixia is pretty good on it too. I think he wasn't the first one to really go for the Eye of Horus and just like snipe them 6 days to Sunday. Okay, so we got Genji and we got Deathwing to round out the draft for the team. That means that the two supports are gonna focus all their attention on Vala and Genji. And our last pick is on Rutzo's side. Does he have some kind of curveball that he can throw here to change things up a little bit? I honestly doubt it, but yeah, we need them with a bit more damage. Okay, so what are we gonna get? Let's have a bit of a look. Last pick for Rutzo. Chen, it's banner time. Okay, didn't really see that one coming, but fair enough, I'm game. The Panda plus Rexa, and we got Mei at the front. Cassia is the only range damage dealer. So ladies, let's go. Battlefield of Eternity, map number 3 in our Heroes of the Storm best of 5. Battlefield of Eternity! And game number 3 of the best of 5 at the Masters Clash. More Heroes of the Storm with the Donuts and 30k. The number 2 and the number 3 in the standings off against each other. Lauba on Mei, Skok on Cassia, Ixia on Ana, Rutsu on Rexa, and Kopenhagen on Chen. We got the Flare already in. On the right side of the map, Dainu with Vala going into the arrow build, of course. Monster Hunter reigns supreme against the Immortal. X-Ray is playing Stukov. We got Ultralisk on Genji. Deathwing played by Dequaza with a Dragon Soul. And Uther with a Silver Touch over here. Okay, so down at the bottom of the map, already a little bit of play for... I mean, I guess they're just going to counter push. This is a big setup top side. By the way, I still don't get it. How the hell does Deathwing hide in a bush? That is something that I never got. I mean, that's insane. Deathwing hiding in a bush is just crazy to me. It's a fucking dragon. He can't hide in a bush. You can do whatever you want, but he's not gonna be there and it's like, oh, nobody sees me. It's totally ridiculous. And yeah, I don't let the magic excuse count either. First tower's down, so the Donuts are the ones that are currently getting ahead on the structures. Actually, I'm lying a little bit, because at the top they're doing much better than I expected them to. But I'm not sure who's going to take it here. The double support is super annoying, so they can stick it out for much longer. The team at the bottom, I suppose. Yeah, both of the towers are gone topside. Down here, we still have one left. So the double support making it possible. They're taking the wall down. They're just going straight up for the lane. Full-on aggression. 30k, they were talking about their strategy throughout the entire draft. They were really like calmly sitting down, going just through the drawing board, and then they came up with a perfect strategy for the game. YOLO! That's exactly what they did. Full-on YOLO at the top lane, straight up for the wall, taking it down easily, and it only stopped when the Donuts rotated the rest of the heroes up to the top 2. The only exception is Cassia, who's still sitting at the bottom of the map against Deathwing. But they want to go for the camp now too. Double support, yeah, it is a bit of a pain in the butt, I'm not gonna lie. In the early game, it's super powerful. But Chen is already homing in on X-Ray, nearly got the kill there, but the Panda goes down. Panda is dead, and that is the first kill in the game, and they take the camp. So, let's sum this up real quickly. The game starts with the entire wall being destroyed at the top side, with Chen dying and the camp being eliminated. So 30k opening it up with a bang. If they can take the fountain down, that would be great. Genji, as usual, protected. Misha dying again, being sent to her death here by Rexa. If that's not an abusive relationship, then I don't know what is. I mean, seriously. Poor Misha. It's honestly, it's a disgrace. It's a total disgrace. Someone should come in and take Misha away from Rexa. That's just not okay. Give them someone you know that really cares. But yeah, it's not happening here. Stacks are coming in with the puncturing arrow. Strike at the heart. The heat wave. And we already got the accumulating flame right here. Still a little bit confused. What's an accumulating flame? I mean, that just sounds like a fire to me. Isn't that just a fire? Accumulating flame, fire? Isn't accumulating flame just a really dumb... I mean, it's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? It's like, just really weird. So, I don't really understand. Halftime show is about to be taken. Yeah, they're starting to lock it in. And we're going to see the repositioning. The problem is that X-Ray is down. Nah, X-Ray, he went from Admiral Stukov to Captain YOLO in that engage. Way too far out. And he got punished for the position immediately. But Genji has his back and comes in with a counter kill against Rexa. As the man with the mask gets wrecked. And they're following up with the second kill on Ana. And they're going for Lulba. So he's dead too. And that leaves only Cassia and Chen. By the way, best skin for Chen, hands down. Going for the White War Master. That setup is perfect. Topside, mad damage by the camp. At the bottom of the map, there's also a fair amount that's being done. But seems like Vala is dealing with it. And Chen is trying to take the Immortal down by himself. He's like, puh, puh, tuh, tuh, and nothing happens. But right here, we got the Immortal locked in, and guess what? The top fort is down. If that's not a big win in the early game, then I honestly don't know what is. I mean, seriously. 4 kills to 1. The top fort is gone. Level 7. A mad Immortal with a big shield. What else do you want? I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Look at this shit. They can 5-man the bot lane now, easy peasy, and they're starting to drop the wall within seconds. I mean, this is a dream. This is an absolute dream. This should be an easy double fort now. And they might even be able to scratch the wall at the keep a little bit. And that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. They got the repeating arrow already. The talent advantage is, of course, massive. And with the 5 versus 4 down here at the bottom of the map, with Chen still trying to get experience at the top side, they can't do anything either. Misha goes down again. Lulba. And he gets wrecked. Genji comes in and takes him down, and they're diving in deep now. The fort is already gone. The Immortal can still do a bit more damage. Both of the forts are down. This is just looking way too good. And the full-on control of the choke point thanks to Stukov. So yeah, they are taking one of the towers down and they are still sieging up on it. They can take the wall. They can take the kill! Oh, and they barely miss out on it. The save on Cassia. Nicely done. Ixia with a big place. Masquerade though. Masquerade, he's still alive and he finally dies. But that's the kill against Cassia. They're trading 1 for 1. And they might get a little bit more. They want to go for Copenhagen, who's able to jump out, but the rest of the team is still a bit low. But oh boy. Oh boy. They go for X-Ray. Not again! Demoted! Demoted! No, gets stripped of his rank. Captain YOLO is back again. No Admiral anymore. At least Dino and Ultralis get out. 3 kills to 7. But boy, is that a beginning of Game 3. Seems like 30k is going in for all the damage now. They're half a level away from level 10. 31,000 damage for Deathwing, and we got 14,000 for Cassia. Alright. So, let's go straight for it. Another camp gets stolen because they're not willing to fight this one, especially if it gets delayed and level 10 kicks in. So the blue team sits again there and they're like just wah wah. Nothing happening on their end. A bit of a hit here. Level 10 is ready. And what are they going to do with it? I guess they're going to wreak havoc. They're going to go for the kill. Cassia. In comes the strafe. And goodbye, damage dealer. Lauber? Dude, you should get away here. Alright, there we go. Skating out. Chen is still at the top. It's pretty much the same play that we saw around level 7. Chen is the one that they sent towards the off lane just to make sure that somebody's soaking experience so they can get level 10. And down here we have a camp pushing him with the catapult. And they're saying like, it's keep time. 7 minutes into the game and they want to get a keep. Now it's maybe a bit too opportunistic considering that now the Immortal is also up on the map. That might just be the better target and they're refocusing their attention on it. But yeah, they're really pressuring them. The Donuts are under a lot of pressure here. Chen goes for the top keg plays and off we go. Not really. Yeah. And you know what you get when you put the donuts under a lot of pressure? A lot of squashed pastry. And while it might be delicious, it's not quite as appetizing anymore. So, anyways, now that we're going for the big play at the top, for the next Immortal. The halftime show has nearly been reached. Ultralisk gets stunned and has to be quite careful here if they want to get Val on this one. And they're on the chase. Genji, he needs healing. He needs healing. He's protected. Does he actually get out? No, there's no way. The heal, the push, and Chen eliminates him. Nice. Easy peasy. Okay, Uther with a Divine Shield saves himself. Vala doesn't give a shit. She just jumps in and gets one arrow connected after another. She's on 18 stacks on the level 4, not quite completed. I just think he might even be unable to take... Nah, not the entire Immortal. Even with the completed quest, that wouldn't have been possible. So, yeah. 45 stacks for Cassia. And here's the top keg play once again. Keg it up, baby. Only top shelf. Only the best for our guests. In they go. Uther gets attacked. Yeah. Oh, the big shove. And Mei goes down. But they're chasing hard at the bottom. The two supports are getting attacked and nothing is really happening. But the one thing that's happening is another big victory on the Immortal 430k as they are locking it in. And now they can focus on the rest of the fight. Already the strafe gets used. Cassia gets attacked. The RNG. No, it's not enough. Dino goes down. They're going for the kill against Cassia. And Genji couldn't get it either. Cassia is alive. X-Ray. No. Main tank Stukov is about to go down once more. They're actually chasing Uther first. They're chasing both of them. It's going to be a 5-man wipe. They're kicking it up against Masquerade. Stukov is already dead, and Masquerade gets out. Dequaza jumps in. Cassia is the only defender up at the top. The only one. 7 kills to 9, and she's just like, team. Yeah. I think the Immortal is eventually going to be taken down. Still early on in the game, guys. We're not even 10 minutes in. We have 16 kills, and we're not even 10 minutes in. That's what's happening here. 42,000 damage for Deathwing, 25,000 for Cassia, and the top keep takes some damage, but it's not going to be dropped just yet. Still, crazy advantage, of course, for 30k. Maybe not in experience, they're only half a level ahead, but they have the talent advantage, and structurally, that's where they're really reigning supreme. Yeah, that's where they're looking very, very good here now. But alright, so once again, Vala coming in, look at that. Straight with a siphoning arrow now on level 13, virulent reaction. Snowball for Lauber. They need to try and isolate a little bit better here in those fights. They got 2 isolation tools now. I mean, they got the top keg and they got the snowball. Yeah, so they could play around that. One camp already taken, second one on attack in a moment. 13 talents for both sides. The big chicken is playing then again. How can you pick that skin? I mean, seriously, how can you deliberately choose that? There's so many amazing Deathwing skins, so why would you go for that tint? I mean, the skin is fine, the tint is horrible. You look like a turkey that is about to enter the oven. That's exactly what it looks like. I mean, seriously, look at this shit. How? Like, explain this to me. You can be a majestic dragon, you know, that puts the fear into the hearts of the opponents, that everybody is afraid of, where people just tremble on the mere sight of you. Or you can turn yourself into a fucking chicken, into a turkey that just has been plucked a second ago. It's incredible to me. Ah, it tilts me. No, I'm not mad at all. It's like, why? Anyways. 9 gets a 7, 14 to 13, so, well, with the next Immortal coming... This is probably the best chance for the Donuts. I mean, chicken skin aside, this is probably the best opportunity for the Donuts to win a team fight, because now they're playing on eye level, and look at the setup. He wants the snowball. He wants the snowball. Stukov! X-Ray! Not again! The Divine Shield. This time they keep him alive. X-Ray is finally surviving one, and Deathwing makes the play into the backline. Problem is he gets focused and Deathwing turns into Deadwing. Yeah, the delivery system worked with the snowball initially, but honestly what delivered the kill was Deathwing just going full on YOLO and diving in as the rest of the teams that like, retreat! Bit of miscommunication there, I suppose. But anyways, here comes the next play as they're going for the top keg. And the Donuts are fighting back on this one. They are starting to gain some momentum here. Guys, they are gaining some traction. They are getting some real traction in this game. All of a sudden, with them already being down to the 2 keeps, we have them close the gap in experience, and they're going for an easy halftime show right here. So, yeah, this is starting to look a lot better now for the Donuts. 30k might have a bit of a problem. As much as they dominated at the beginning of the game, this ain't over yet. This is not over at all. So, for now, we got Deathwing dropping in from above. And it seems like this one is going to be lost in just a moment. They don't even have to defend a whole lot here. As long as Lauber does just a bit of work, it's totally fine. Slow them down slightly and you're good to go. Especially since Vala isn't even here. That's the main damage. So, yeah, Lauber with the pew pew pew. And that is it. They're going to try to isolate Masquerade again. The double support is suffering so far a lot. And of course, a lot of it is because of all the control that we have with the slows and the ZC. Divine Shield. And can they follow up on it? Deathwing, they're trying to push the fight past the Immortal to make sure that they can defend it easily. Look at Ixia. Ixia's just on a run. Granny is on a dragon hunt, but the dragon kills her first, together with the help of Uther. And he has the level 16 talent. The Seething Hatred. All the hatred from Vala. And they get a kill, they get a double, they get a triple. They get a quad kill, ladies and gentlemen. And that's an open keep. Yeah, I was just about to ask, where are you guys going? That keep is yours. I mean, yes, there is an Immortal up at the top, but guess what? Even if that Immortal takes the fort, who cares? If the game was... If we were a bit later into the game, they could end. They could end it. But I don't think they're going to make a play for the core. That would just be a little bit too greedy. But this was still the fight they needed. So every time that the Donuts here seem to get a bit of an upper hand, all of a sudden 30k shuts them down. So it's a keep against the fort that they just traded, and now they can take the Immortal down. And at the bottom, Ixia is trying to use all the wave clear that Ana has to deal with the catapults. With a big pew, pew, pew. Alright. Nicely done. 64,000. I mean, honestly, it's kind of the strategy that you would expect. Every single time that you feel you can't defend when your opponent pushes with the Immortal, what the teams normally do is they push past the Immortal, take the fight as early as they can. And it's a bit of a gamble, because if you lose the battle, then the Immortal gets pushes in and your opponent is just getting even more value. But it's oftentimes the best fight that you can get, because you don't have to deal with the Immortal stuns. Here comes the big engage again. Nice isolation. That snowball was great. Isolated 2 from the fight. There's the top kick now, but in comes the strafe, and the kill is in against Ana. They are homing in on the support whenever they can, and without the sustain, there's just no way. Cassia goes down. Everybody dead and dying. They're diving in deep for these kills. Deathwing is then again a little bit low, but they get the Rexa drop and they go for May too. Over on the right side, Stukov gets another kill. 5-man wipe, ladies and gentlemen. It is over. What a smackdown in the last 2 fights. The Donuts didn't stand a chance. 30k, they ate them alive. They went through the Donuts like hot butter through cheese, and 30k is therefore able to secure themselves a second point in this best of 5 series as they're locking in the W on Battlefield of Eternity. Nicely done, GG, and well played as 30k locks in another victory against the Donuts on the 3rd map of this best of 5 Heroes of the Storm series. Cursed Hollow, everybody! Yeah, let's go! Game number 4, the 2-1 lead for 30k. I'm a little bit sad right now, a little bit happy and sad at the same time, because during the live stream, ADRD just jumped in, and of course that brings back a couple of memories, not only of HGC, but also of some epic Medivh plays and other shenanigans, when the master himself, the evil genius, came in, the mad scientist, and dropped his combos. So it's an interesting one. And for everybody that's interested, so he just said that he currently lives in Berlin. And remember that there was actually a tweet that he sent out on Twitter where he asked people that live in Berlin to help him out a bit. And I'm not quite sure if Nomi and Chris were able to help or somebody else, but yeah, apparently he made it. So good to know what's happening with all the other guys. And of course I still have occasional contact with quite a few of them, but there's still some that you kind of lose contact with, and it's always cool to see someone just like, you know, jumping back and just saying hello. But anyways, now that we have our 4th map coming up, let's have a bit of a look here. We got Volskaya banned out. It's a big map, and we're playing macro of course again. We got also Maiev banned here in Cursed Hollow, so Ultralisk is not going to be able to play that. Yeah, let's have a bit of a look, because now we are still looking at... I mean, honestly, here it could become a bit dangerous. Skork has played some Vikings games. I don't really think that he's going to drop his Vikings against 30k. I don't really believe that's going to happen here. I guess it's going to be a threat to at least an extent if you're playing on a bit map like this. They're a bit more worried about Rutsu and Azaria. This is now the third one in a row that Zarya makes an appearance here. Played on the first one, heavily successful. And then we have 2 bans. Pogga is in, so we're going to pog it out a little bit. And yeah, that is a good start for this one. It's nice for the control on the camps. You can also deal with the boss a lot. And I mean, let's face it, Pogga just has a lot of value here on the map. And there's my Medivh pick. Oh yeah. The ADRD Memorial pick right there, together with Dibble's Leyline into Apocalypse, ladies and gentlemen. And I am hyped for this. Yeah. Always cool when you see a combo like that. It's one of the things that I honestly saddens me a little bit with the European players in the CCL, because with the ping delay that they have, they screw up a lot of these combos so much that at least after the first few play days, they didn't even attempt anymore to play something like Diablo and Medivh. I mean, when you see someone like Dino that picks Zeratul and Trace on the European server, not even once choose those heroes on the NA realm, then you know that they are struggling with the ping. But so it's kind of cool to see it played here. Now, that they play it on their home server doesn't guarantee that they are nailing the combo, but it makes it a bit more likely. And personally, I'm just a fan of a good setup and a wombo combo. So seeing Medivh now together with Diablo is really gonna be a bit of fun. So let's see if they can make it happen. You got Pogga and Sonya on the other side, so that's already terrifying as hell, because you got Hogga and Sonya both focusing on camps and then controlling the choke points during any fight, either over the boss or over the objective itself. Malfurion together with it, so even more choke point control. And there's the Viking ban. Okay, so they want to make sure that the Vikings are not going to have an impact here. I can see it. I mean, if you have Medivh Diablo on that, you can really play aggressive, rotate around, always disengage, use Medivh to cover for you, and the Vikings can, in the meantime, soak the experience. So there's that. Not a bad ban per se. Again, this is a cool map for all of this. I mean, even Hazo lately played Vikings again. Stukov and Malthael. Alright, a lot of combos, a lot of setups here. And I like it. This is a good one. We still need their range damage dealer. Is Cassia still available? Yeah, she is. So Dino could technically still try and take her. But let's find out. We got the last double pick coming in. And, I mean, there's a lot on the line right now. If the Donuts lose this one, they are down another match. Taik is in Dehaka. Okay, so we got our Dehaka main tank. Lauber actually pulled that stuff already a few times. And I think he was quite successful in a couple of the games that he played there. But this is still a bit out there. You have a triple frontline, of course. It's pretty much like this triple bruiser setup that we sometimes see. And it can be successful, but let's find out how exactly they're countering. Greymane! Alright, Greymane is in, everyone. Map number 4. The Donuts, they have to win it if they want to have a chance to win the series. If they want to have the chance to win the best of 5. If 30k takes them down right now, then that would be the second time this season that 30k is successful against the Donuts, since this is already the rematch. So let's head straight into Curse Hollow and see what the Donuts can do here in their 4th attempt to drop 30k today. Time to party! Map number 4, Cursed Hollow, and on the left side, the blue team with Rutsu on Tychus. We got Copenhagen on Sonya, Ixir on Malfurion, Skok on Hogga, and Lauber on Dehaka. To the right side of the map, 30k. They want to end it right now with a 3-1 victory. We have X-Ray on Stukov. We have Dino on Greymane, Masquerade on Diablo de Quasar on Malthael, and Ultralisk is playing Medivh. I'm going to keep our eye on him and the stacking on the baseline. And yep, this will be likely an aggressive game once again. Whereas the level 10 for the red team, of course, signifies that they will run their Bombo combo with the Leyline and the Apocalypse. There's a lot that they can do right now. So there's a lot of sexy stuff that could be played here. But especially with that triple bruiser setup that we have, Lauber acting as a Dehaka main tank, it could have some nice interactions around all those close quarter fights that we are going to see later on, especially around bosses and tributes. So yeah, it's time to party. So far, I gotta admit that 30k did a very good job controlling the series. They, of course, weren't able to lock in a victory on map number 2, but generally speaking, they had some solid interactions and plays during all of the team fights. And let's find out if they can win it again. The first time, in the first half of the season, when they played against the Donuts, they were able to win it with a 3-0, which was honestly incredible. But another victory here would be kind of fantastic. The top 3 in general in Europe is nuts right now. 30k, the Donuts, and the Hardos, all the matches that we have between them are kind of awesome, because it's not really like this rock, paper, scissors style. You always feel like each team on a good day can defeat the others. The Hardos are probably the ones that have the biggest advantage out of all of them, but even they can fall, as the Donuts have proven pretty impressively. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of good games here throughout the second half of the Masters Clash, and I can't wait for the playoffs to start and the offline final in France to finish all of it off. Anyways, in the middle of the map, a little bit of a fight already happening. Hogga is, of course, always going to try to isolate somebody and block them off a bit. But they have to account for Stukov too, who is not shy of dropping another quick lurking arm here. So, yeah, here come the level 4 talents, and that gives us in the rhythm for Tychus. So a bit of extra stacking is coming in. And it's kind of cool to also see Greymane again, honestly. I mean, Greymane going in deep, trying to not only just rip them apart here from a distance, but Dino technically is still able to completely murder them in those team fights in Worgen form. Is going to be pretty awesome to watch. Now, they got to be careful because, again, against the lineup that they're off against, it's not going to be too easy. But I'm kind of hyped for it. Ultral is going to provide the extra safety with a shield whenever he can. Portal in, portal out. Greymane is, of course, also great to help with the boss control and also get some of those camps locked in. And we should see some pretty awesome fights here. Yeah, Ultralisk, fly like an eagle. Just sitting up there at the top and cheating with Medivh 6 days to Sunday. Rayquaza sitting up at the top on Malthael, going up against Lauber. Of course, the advantage goes to the blue team here, since they run the only global in the setup. So the portal rotations are going to be quick. But Dehaka is going to be a bit faster, so whenever he wants to turn the bottom fight into a 5 versus 4, he can easily do that by burrowing down to the bot lane. So that's something that they can do. And, well, here we go. Quick play, straight up for Dibbles. Gets locked down. Lauber is still topside against Malthael, protecting the Siege Giant camp that he took earlier. There's the interrupt, but that was a clutch one. Ultralisk needs to be careful here. And he gets a few more stacks together. And there's the silence. And Pogga, team, that's a kill. And they're saying, no, they're not saving Greymane. It was so close, but he falls. And now Lauber has joined the bottom fight, as already mentioned earlier. He's going for the 5 versus 4. Rutsu with the channel. And Malthael still getting some top value, as down here the fight no way! Lauber goes down, the kill is there. They get the kill in the 4v5. Actually, it was a 3v4, but still, numeric advantage is there, and they're even continuing the battle. Yeah, they gotta be careful on Stukov, but guess what? Greymane is also soon gonna be back. And of course, Malthael has been using this time to do damage towards the top lane. He's been taking down the gate, he's been taking down one of the towers. All of a sudden, we're looking at nearly a level lead for the red team. Granted, they lost out on the tribute, but still, this is looking really good on them. I mean, that's looking fantastic. The stacking for Medivh is also quite solid. 23 stacks for him. Bit of damage done in the middle of the map now too. Decent stacks for Tychus this early on though, so he's at 42. Should get some really good numbers towards the later stages of the game. And let's see what we're going to get from Malthael and from Greymane. Bullet into Last Rites could definitely be a setup that they're looking for. Down here, a bit more stacking happening as Ultralisk is trying to control all of this. And that's an easy one, giving this one up, no problem. Better position for the red team in the first place. But that fight down there, that went against the Donuts quickly. That shouldn't really have happened. It was a bit of a weird one. Anyways, now at the top lane, Rayquaza, he is pressuring Skog now. He's doing fairly well there. There's a bit of a counter play in the middle, and bam! Grenade to the face! Greymane! Easy kill. Well done. Rutsu once again with a bullseye hit on the grenade, and he takes Greymane down. Second time that the big bad wolf dies. And now, of course, level 10 abilities will soon be ready for both of them. 5-minute mark has passed too, so the bosses are up. Next tribute is spawning. They're going for the camps again, and that means that we have the red team and the blue team focusing on the bruiser camp for now. But here we go. Top side, Copenhagen. Wall stun? Nah, not yet. There's the 10s. Leyline into APOC. Last rights. And I guess we're gonna get the bullet. Yes, of course. Greymane has it. And for the donuts, we got the Shockwave. Tranquility. It's all about the battle topside. Pretty much exactly the ults that you would expect. Contagious in. Leyline, baby. Only one. They don't follow up on it. Instead, the wall stun. And get wrecked. Nice kill. Nicely done. The fight isn't over yet, but that was a perfect start for them. There's already the counterplay against X-Ray, though, and the Admiral is dead again. They want another one. The Quasar survives. Malfurion is down. It's the big hits that are coming in right now. Everybody is going for the all-out action with Ultralisk nearly completing his quest. He's about to drop the last Arcane Rift. There it is. They are dropping Sonya. Greymane gets away. They're going for the channel here. The fight isn't technically over. With Medivh completing his baseline quest, he can now, of course, pull off completely different plays too. They're going for Lauber, and he's in trouble. He gets wall stunned by Diablo. Masquerade is bullying the shit out of them. I mean, seriously. There's at least a Shockwave. That fight just doesn't stop. 6 kills to 3. Another play, and down goes Hogger. Masquerade on Diablo is just terrifying, honestly. He is such a good tank player. That guy is so damn good. Now they're going for the boss down here. 7 kills to 3. Second tribute locked in. Boss for a boss right now, but whew, we are seeing some spicy, spicy games right now. Solid performance by 30k. And the Donuts, they're having a tough road ahead of themselves if they want to take down 30k and force that 5th game. So far, the Peru team is a bit behind. Still salvageable if they just win a big team fight, but we'll find out if they can pull that off later on. For now, it's just exchanging bosses. Yeah, and before the next tribute is spawning here, once again, quick reminder, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like button. And of course, if you like the coverage and you want to support the channel a little bit, then you can also hit that new applaud button. Bit of a feature that especially YouTube just implemented, and it's actually, as it turns out, available on my channel, so it's eligible. So if you want to support the coverage here and you enjoy the video, then hit that applaud button. Always appreciate it, and thanks for everybody considering it. Big combo coming out, and last rights, there it is. Stukov is dead again. The Leyline setup was solid. And nearly a boss kill against a Quasar. He has to get zoned out. Malthael goes down. There is so much more action happening. Medivh is dying too. The fort is down at the bottom and at the top. Masquerade is trying to push out 8 kills to 6. Oh, Diablo! And he dies as well. In goes Copenhagen. He's moving out. Over here, the boss is still doing a little bit of damage. And they can at least lock this one in, so we're not going to see a curse just yet. But what is this game? The fights here, it's incredible. We're 9 minutes in, and 15 kills have already been secured by the teams. Absolutely crazy. So, 0 deaths only on Tychus. Rutsu's the only one that hasn't died yet. So it's a bit bananas here. 13 versus 13, it's clutch. It's absolutely clutch. It looked for a long time as if 30k... I understand, the advantage was small, but it was there. But now it's more or less negated. It's 2 tributes against 2 tributes. 14 to 14, nearly even kills. And off we go. And making the play all the way up towards the top tribute now, as it is announced. That's going to be the one that curses one of the teams. So who's going to take the lead here? A fort is down on each side. Siege Giants have been taken. And it's all about the Wombo again. Leyline into APOC. It gave them 1 kill in the previous fight, but it wasn't quite where they wanted it, I suppose. Lauber with the drag attempt. That one didn't connect. They're rotating through the portal towards the tribute. And the spawn is up. 82 stacks for in the rhythm. So the minigun duration has been increased quite significantly. Right now, they're trying to go for the play here. Yeah, he has already Tychus load in the drag against X-Ray. X-Ray every time gets attacked here. The isolation, the APOC combo is coming up, and X-Ray is dead again just as the fight starts. They're in trouble. They don't have the support anymore. Dino needs to get the hell out of there. Malthael is already dead, but at least the last right's kill against Sonya. They're focusing on Dibbles, and they're going to drop him too. Masquerade is dead. Ultralisk is on the run, gets interrupted as he's trying to go into bird form, and the curse is going to hit in just a moment. It's a quad kill, everybody. And they are just farming X-Ray in these fights. X-Ray has now died 3 times, and the problem is he dies right at the beginning of the battle. So now the only one that gets away is Dino, all the way top side. We got even the camp stolen away. The curse is hitting hard. 11 kills, 2-9. They're coming through the mid lane. They're going through the top, through the bottom, taking down all the minions here. And it's a massive, massive push that's being set up by the Donuts. They're taking the advantage now. And it's starting to get rough. Really rough for 30k. But then again, they came back several times. Several times when 30k was just threatened to fall farther behind, they came back into this. So maybe they have an opportunity to turn it around here. But I gotta admit that the Donuts are just getting more momentum. Top side fort is about to get dropped. We got 3 stacks against the last rights of Malthael, so that's already kind of nice. And off we go. They're starting to come in, make the play, and try and take it there. Yeah, there's the hit. Skog! Shockwave! He's alive! Oh, they can't. There's it is. Last rights to secure the kill. Nicely done. Boy, that was scary. And now they're chasing, and they're going to get several heroes here. Yes, that's the drop on Tychus. 11 kills to 11. First time that Tychus has fallen. All of the forts are gone, but they're holding on to the keeps, and that's the most important thing. Nice. Yeah, good stuff. Now they can take one of the forts down immediately by simply pushing through the bottom of the map. That's also one of the scenarios where Graveyard, of course, excels with the damage that he brings in. Worgen Fawn is just chunking the hit points away at any structure. Malthael, they're trying to chase him a little bit, but he should be able to get away. Already dropping the inevitable end just to move out of harm's way. And if they can catch someone here, Malfurion is in professional circles, we call that being in deep shit. And they didn't get him. They didn't see him. Oh, they just missed him. I thought he was in vision of Malthael for a while so that they knew exactly that he was headed to the top lane. They could have intercepted him easily. I don't think they realized what was going on there. But they go for the boss right away, and that should allow them to rotate down to the bottom and focus this particular boss. Force the fight here. There's a chance that they're here. They're not here on EV in time. Oh, nearly. Oh, the last rights! If he gets the last rights on Hogger, Hogger is down. Hogger would be dead. Shockwave, boss is taken, Leyline, Apoc, and they miss the combo again. No way. Everybody popping their ults. They're simply moving out. The boss is pushing at the top. Oh, there was so many unfortunate situations here. The last rights hit against Hogger would have killed him. If they could have rotated it a little bit quicker, they might have been able to steal the boss. But it was also a good shockwave of Hogger. Just stopping it cold right there. Yeah, well, we go for the boss defense together with the camp that they just took. So that should help easily to keep the keep in play. At the top, similar picture. Pretty much the same thing happening here. So both of the teams are fairly even. The one big difference is that the blue team already was able to curse 30k once. And now with 2 tributes still to the name of 30k, there's an opportunity now to get their curse. The problem is that the APOC is down for another 30 seconds, but then again, if you think about it, the Donuts also don't have a lot of their heroic abilities up. Masquerade! Yeah, he checks the bush, he still moves in, but the shield of Medivh helps him, and here's the ley line. So he moves out, they can go for the channel here, at least they can try. The Quasar is sitting at the side, trying to dodge Lauber, the main tank Dehaka, and they are letting this go for now, as it seems. They're actually giving up the position, and now that we got the Donuts, pogging it out a little bit. Shockwave from behind, that didn't hit anything. That didn't hit anything, but they got the tribute, and that it's all that matters at the end of the day. Alright, 96 stacks for In the Rhythm, nearly at 100 now. 48,000 damage for Tychus. Medivh is top damage for 30k. He's a top damage dealer. 28,000 for him. Ahead of Diablo and Malthael. Not really what you expect here. Dino, you gotta step it up. He needs to chunk in a bit more damage with his Greymane. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that even Diablo is ahead of Greymane. I mean, honestly, Diablo has some terrifying numbers. And it shows once more how insane Masquerade can be on that hero. Yeah, 19 versus 19. Both of the teams are waiting for the Storm Talons on level 20. Keep in mind, guys, this is game number 4 in the best of 5 series. So, the Donuts, if they want to force the 5th map, the final map, they need to win it. here on Curse. The Haka is now using his global to push the bot lane a bit more aggressively so that they can pressure the keep and potentially get some damage in before he joins the fun. There's the level 20 now. No one can stop Death. Gets locked in right away. No control for Hogger. We got the top off and also the Medivh cheats. Yeah, you don't have to tell us. We know. We know. That guy's been cheating from day one. There's the ley line. No APOC. Last rights. APOC a bit late. Zones them out slightly, but Sonya's dead. Sonya is dead. There's Shockwave. They go for X-Ray again, but they keep him alive. Well, called it a little bit too early. And Greymane goes down too. Hogger is pogging them both. The big pog plays, and now Masquerade is dead. They're trying to go for Rayquaza. It's incredible. Every time one of the teams draws even, the other one all of a sudden steps it up and goes for full-on big boy plays. Skork with some crazy bounce in that last fight. And we called it during the draft. There are so many close quarters here when you're just racking an opponent in those narrow paths. And that was a perfect example of it happening. So Pogger with a sick damage. In total, he has 50. He's nearly top damage for his team. 56,000. It's the second tribute that gets locked in now for the Donuts, which means that if they lock in the next one, it's 2 curses against 30k in a row. But the game isn't over here yet. It's not like they got... I mean, again, they got a tribute out of it, but they couldn't get anything else. The bosses were already taken. None were on the map. Now we still have 2 heroes that are coming back any second. X-Ray is getting farmed hard, by the way. They go for Stukov every time. They set it up with a Shockwave. They're coming in with the Haka from the back. It's so much pressure. But all of the ults are up. The heroes are back up on the map. And now this is very likely going to be the deciding tribute of the match. Because that's going to drop another curse. And now we're 18 minutes in. So if you get cursed now, you're going to suffer a lot of damage. And also, bosses are up again. So bosses are just up as the tribute spawns, and this is going to be curse, and then you have bosses up. You have so many options all of a sudden if you win this one. So this is the team fight. This is the one to go for. Already Masquerade sitting there at the side, interrupting once. They know where Lauber is, so they have full vision on what's going on now. Yeah, the play attempt for Ultralisk. His shield is there though. A little bit of damage over time is at least nibbling at him. But there's the interrupt again. They need that fight now. Bot lane is nice that the Siege Giants are pushing, but at the end of the day, it's this battle that's going to decide everything. This is the battle. This is the one. There it is. Are we going to see the setup? Here comes the ley line, and they hit the stun. Malfurion, the wall stun, and the big kill is happening. Nice, but Diablo gets wrecked too, and Hogger, pogging 6 days to Sunday, and he's surviving the fight. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I would love to show you the ley line, but I think we're gonna go for the Hogger replay instead. They're chasing the rest of the team now too. Ley line is up, they can escape, but now the curse is hitting. Yeah, and here, check it out. Look at this. The big pog. Bang, 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 bang. And then they get the kill in. And of course, they're also dropping Greymane after that. A triple kill. And oh boy, the curse is hitting, and it's hitting hard. Down at the bottom of the map, to be fair, this is still doing some damage on the keep. But they're simply moving through the middle right now in an attempt to drop the keep. And they're not going to stop there. They're going to go for core. And they're going to end the game here. It would be an absolute miracle for 30k to somehow bring it back now. And since the drag connects and Rayquaza dies, hopes are... Well, the ley line slows it down. Honestly, Rayquaza is back. Can they do this? They're getting 1 kill in. 60%. Odin is the real problem. They're going for Rutsu. And they're dropping him. Can they really save it? 16%? Guys, team Lauber, 6%! And they're saving the core. 6%. Malfurion is moving in through the middle. Malf was trying to go for the core too, and Ixia decided that was a real dumb idea. In the meantime, they're going for Lauber here at the bottom, and he's gonna fall. Ixia is the only survivor. Keep at the top gets attacked. I think the only thing you can do is go YOLO. Go YOLO through the bot lane. Are they really trying to play this in the long run? You take the boss at the bottom of the map, and you go for it. Take the boss or just go directly for the core. I guess directly for the core is even better. So yeah, they have Greymane. It's 5%. No way. With Grey Main, they can win it. With Grey Main, they can win it. And they got the ley line. They got the lane and they got the Apocalypse. They're winning it. They're taking it. And no way. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. If they hit a good ley line here and just keep Grey Main alive, this is game. Here comes the APOC. They're stacking up. They go for the core. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is game 30k. They win it with a 3-1 against the Donuts on Cursed Hollow.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.